Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another episode of Comic Book Origins, where we take a look at the first comic book appearance of any character, be they villain or hero, protagonist or antagonist. We take a look at any kind of team or any object even. In this case, we're looking at Battle Angel Alita, which is weird for me to say because I know her as Alita Battle Angel since all I've ever seen was the movie. Now, originally, she was a female cyborg police officer named Gally, but that comic book was never published. It was called Ramika. So instead, what we get was created by Yukito Kishira. In Japanese, it was Ganmu or Gun. I've seen it written both ways, and it means gun dream. And it showed up in a magazine called Shueisha's Business Jump from 1990 to 1995. And yes, before Alita Battle Angel live action that we got this year, there was an animated version from 1993 that I will have to search out after this because I've just enjoyed her all around. It's been a lot of fun. If you would like to see more comic book origin videos after this one, just go right to the description. I've left a link to a couple of them, including the playlist, so you could see them all. Or go on over to Ko-Fi and you can actually commission a video yourself. Comic book origins, comic book origin of a minority character, or comic books were better. Those are my top 10 lists. From any of the categories, you get to pick whatever subject you would like, and this is a lot of fun for me to do, so I look forward to whatever you choose. Once again, links in the description below, and with all that aside, let's get this party started. Always start with the cover first, and it's a cool image, but it doesn't exactly tell us what's going to happen. Okay, it's about a robot with wings. Does she have wings? I didn't know that, but that's what it's telling me right here. Cool, yeah, but as far as a cover that kind of invites you into the book, I'm going to say pass. Battle Angel Alita, story and art by Yukito Kishiro. Just a heads up, if I actually cover all 211 pages, just think about it. Even at 30 seconds, that's a 100-minute video. So we're only going to concentrate on part 1 of this particular issue, and maybe I'll go back to it on a really that good or a really that bad video. And just a heads up, I did get the American translation version because I don't speak Japanese, and this one begins in a scrapyard, home to rubbish and refuse, both human and non, of Tafaris, a utopia above the clouds. And we see a silhouette of a man hunting for something in the scrap. Rusty Angel, Battle 1, Reclamation. So yeah, we do catch up with the guy. Obviously, he's looking for something, picking up this piece and that piece. And we notice that he looks a lot like Egon from the Ghostbusters. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this. And then, of course, Harold Ramis here runs across Alita Battle Angel going, "Oh, I don't believe this." He picks her up and is just kind of laughing at his good fortune. And I will take this time to say, I do kind of like the art here. And I like the style. I love the way that he's using the black and white, the shadows, very effectively. Full disclosure, this is my first read-through. Usually I don't film the first Usually I don't film the first read-through. I do, however, go back and fix mistakes like that if I'm reading through it and I mess it up. So that's the only difference. You are getting first reaction to basically every page. And so we cut to the outside of Daisuke Ito Mechanic, cyborgs, androids, robots, repairs of all kinds, tuning and maintenance, and then it says cybernetic and then reparature work state? Okie dokie. Max headroom, 20 meters. I wonder if the max headroom is a little shout out. And he's saying, collecting scraps now, are you, Daisuke? What are you calling scraps? Can't you see, Gonzu? She's a genuine human being. Judging from the body parts, I'd say it was 2 or 300-year-old model. It's a miracle her brain is still intact, sort of in hibernation. Sounds nice. So the two men look over Alita, and then finally one of them says, "Oh, whoa, hold on, she's waking up." "Hi, my name's Ito. What's your name?" "Name? Too bad, Ito. She's lost her memory." And he's saying, she'll remember. It's only a matter of time. "You gonna raise her? Maybe I'll have to restore her body, but first, I got it. Alita, starting today, your name is Alita." "Wait a minute, wasn't that your cat? The one that died last..." "Whoa, hold on. So I got to score 1 for the movie here, and yes, you're probably going to hear this a lot. Well, it wasn't that way in the movie or anything, but yeah, sometimes some things are better, sometimes some things are worse when they change it for film from book to movie and all that kind of stuff. Love Jaws the movie, don't particularly care for the book, but yeah, to name her after the daughter, that's just a bigger emotional hook than to name it after a bachelor's cat. So after explaining to her that her name is only Alita until she can remember her own, they decide to walk across the scrapyard, and he's saying, our house is over there that way in the scrapyard. Up there's Tafari's, the mid-air city. They look down at us, and this causes her to look up at Tafari's. And they continue their walk, and he just basically says he wishes he found something for her body, and he would love to know more about her, including her real name. She says she doesn't know the real name. He says, no worries, no hurry. You could live with Alita, and she says yes. Then we kind of get, basically, this is kind of cliched in all honesty. We see a lot of dark shots of the city. The smokestacks tell us that it's decrepit. We see the love huts and all that kind of stuff. That scene shows us that it's basically lawless, and then we see this lonely girl smoking, and that's to show that, oh, she's a bit of a rebel. And that she's part robot. Well, she hears a noise as she's smoking her cigarette. She says, who's there? And then she gets her head blown off. Cut back to Egon and Alita, and he's saying, that's it, now give him a try, Alita. And we see that she's got very similar arms than blonde girl that was smoking. And Alita says, they're beautiful. Thank you, Daisuke. But weren't they expensive? Oh, I just found them at a used part shop. Next, we'll get you legs. Okay, so my pop culture sense is going off yelling, red herring, little Christoph Waltz / Egon here can't really be the killer, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to manga. And we see Egon dressed all head to toe in black, and he's leaving the house. Alita's not really asleep, but he thinks she is, and he says, I'll make you even prettier yet. And then he walks outside carrying a suitcase on wheels. The next day, we see Alita just bouncing around. She's like, Mr. Gonzu, well, if it isn't Alita up and running. I almost didn't recognize you. I know, isn't it great? You watch yourself at night, you hear. There's another one of those crazies out there slitting the throats of cute young things, just like you. So Alita returns home to find out that Egon is really fixing RoboCop. And you say, hey, those legs working out all right, Alita. They're wonderful. Daisuke, what happened to your arm? Oh, you mean this? I got a little careless, I guess. No big deal. He must have hurt himself when he went out last night. Are you sure you're all right? What is he hiding? What? And Egon tells RoboCop, looks like your problem is metal fatigue. So the next night when Alita sees Egon leave the house and sneak away, you must have a real name, a family, a hometown. She decides that she's going to follow him. But we see she's following him not just because of a suspicion of where you're getting the body parts and all, although that thought does come into her head, but because she actually cares for him. So when she does catch up to him and he looks as if he's stalking this woman, he's got this big battle axe, she gets concerned. I mean, she doesn't want him to murder somebody in order for her to get body parts. And it's this point, though, that when he's really firing up that hammer, that she goes from concern and caring to flat out suspicion. He's about to murder this woman, and so she decides she's gonna stop it. And just as he's about to swing, don't, Alita, you don't know what I know all about it, Daisuke. These arms and legs, you killed people for them, didn't you? What did you say? Don't, you can't make me a part of this. He brushes her off, turns around. She's gone. Shh, Alita. Daisuke! He looks as if he's about to swing at Alita. And the woman attacks him by blocking the hammer and hitting Alita. Are you alright, Alita? This woman is the killer. So we see her hanging on a wall, and she jumps straight towards Egon, or Daisuke as Alita calls him, disarming him. And he's like, whoa. And of course, Alita jumps in. Now this is very much, of course, like the movie, except I think it was 2 or 3 robots that Alita ends up taking out, and I don't remember how she was dressed or something, but I think, did she look more metal at this part? I forget in the movie, but here It's a straight up one-on-one shot, and we got a lot of close-ups and a lot of like extra lines drawn. I guess these are the motion lines, but they're in front of the eye even. I don't know. It's a pretty decent fight scene. You get everything going. You understand what's going on and everything. So at least it's got that much. And of course, she's showing off some martial arts skill as well. And as Daisuke watches Alita win the battle, very kind of violently, in all honesty, considering it looks like blood all over the place. And she's like, what in the... And we see Daisuke saying, Alita, the Panzerkunst? Only one type of human cyborg ever mastered that fighting technique, but how? And then we get a footnote that says Panzerkunst, or the armored art, said to be the most powerful of the various fighting techniques developed for humanoid cyborgs. Cut to Factory 33. So the murderer was a mutant woman who suddenly went berserk, huh? Considering the looks of her, I could sort of understand why she would only go after women. You really went the distance for this one, eh, 100? She's worth a full 100,000 chips, though. You still need female body parts? Got nice new shipment. And after they collect their money, we join Alita and Daisuke in their house, and he's saying, in the old days, before the factories took over, there was something called a police force that dealt with criminals. That just wouldn't work in the scrapyard, so Factory 33 pays off big in chips for any of us stupid enough to take the chase. Sorry I jumped to conclusions, Daisuke. Sorry? I was trying to help you and you ended up saving my life? Thank you, Alita. You're an angel. You think? You gave me my life, Daisuke. If I'm an angel, what does that make you? No more stunts, though, you hear? Your body still needs a lot of work. Yes, sir. So there you go, gang. The first appearance of Battle Angel Alita, or Alitta Battle Angel for us movie buffs. I liked it. It really moves quick, and yes, I have read ahead. As much as I love people commissioning videos, I will request that you... Well, I don't know. If you want to commission it, go on ahead. But the thing is, I think I'm going to do a really that good for this first book of Alita anyway. Granted, I've got a lot of videos ahead of it, so it'll be a while. But this was good. This was fun. It's very well paced. I just did a bad comic beatdown of Arrow #1. It's Marvel's attempt to do a manga. But you got to check that out. I point out how sparse the pages are as far as dialogue or something. But I also talk about, in some of my videos, character through action. And you get that here. You get that with Alita. And that's what makes this a superior product than what Marvel's trying to push on you. It's almost embarrassing for that company. I enjoyed this book. Like I said, I'm gonna move forward on this. I think it's just a lot of fun, and that's what I have to say about this. As far as first appearances go, this was a win. I want to read more, and yeah, I've read the first few pages of book 2. Should I go forward? Should I check it out? But you know what? I think yeah, we're good for now as far as this is concerned. But let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about Alita Battle Angel and Battle Angel Alita, both the movie and the book, in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, of course, subscribe if you haven't done it already. But more importantly, make sure your notifications are on and ring that bell, because that's all YouTube pays attention to, if they pay attention to that. Because they even told me, well, sometimes we don't even notify the people who ask to be notified. Which leads us to the part where I shill and beg. If you don't mind helping out the channel, one, share and watch. Even, just to let the runtime go. And 2, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till, and help us keep the lights on here and help me keep making videos for you. And if you don't mind me working for my money, go on over to Ko-Fi and commission a video just like this one was done by Chrononaut, and thank you very much. I hope Mrs. Chrononaut enjoys this one as well. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.